is public presentation comment period time. Ms. Mouse, has anyone signed up?
Yes, sir. Fern Vazquez.
Hi, my name is Fern Vazquez, and I live at 120 Gloucester Road here in Port Royal. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to address you here tonight. What is going on with the EDA? I'd like to quote the following recent headlines from several local news outlets. October 2018, EDA overbilled the town of Port Royal by $291,000. November 2018, EDA inaccuracy is likely to cost the town hundreds of thousands of dollars over the lifespan of recently approved capital improvement projects. December 2018, EDA board removes executive director's authority to sign checks and contracts. 12/2018, EDA executive resigns, and finally, February 2019, county raises cap on EDA audit and legal expense to $250,000. So it begs the question, what is going on? I'm here as a tax-paying citizen concerned about the local governance in Warren County and what I see as a possible failure to provide oversight of the EDA. Will this board be transparent and share the results of the EDA audit? Or will the creation of a Citizens Review Board with access to the EDA audit report be necessary? I'd like to cite several issues that prompted me to appear here tonight. Number one, it appears the Board of Supervisors turned a blind eye to a dysfunctional EDA even when the facts were brought to their attention. Local news reporting over the past 18 months paints a picture of an incompetent at best and rogue EDA at worst. Mark Egger, who I believe you all are very familiar with, stood before this body on numerous occasions calling for actions, citing facts and timelines of events. In his last address to the board on November 15, 2018, he called for action for an out-of-control EDA. Was your response to this to validate his concerns and review the situation? I don't know, I really can't say. But I do know, subsequent to this, the Board of Supervisors seriously considered limiting the number of times a citizen could appear before the board over a 12-month period. To your credit, you left the rules unchanged when it appeared there would be a public outcry. What did this Board of Supervisors do to intervene in what appeared to be continuing chaos at the EDA and prevent this entity from instigating an even deeper appearance of impropriety? Second issue, I'm further concerned by the lack of transparency around the process of appointing and evaluating EDA board members. It's unclear to me what guidelines are followed, how prospective candidates are vetted, and if there's any public disclosure of this process. The same is true of member reappointment to a new term. Do you have certainty that the reappointed EDA members who served previously are free of culpability for past mistakes? Number three, taxpayers are bearing the cost burden of the audit and have a right to know the results. $250,000 is an overwhelming price tag for taxpayers to cover for the apparent failure of the Board of Supervisors to rein in an agency for which they had oversight. Additionally, there's been little transparency in the selection of the auditors and legal teams. How are we to determine if there's a conflict of interest? I believe this lack of transparency has created a credibility and trust gap between the Board of Supervisors and the electorate. In this obstructive environment, one can reasonably suspect that the public may never have full access to the results of the audit. If there have been improprieties, how can the public know if those responsible are held accountable? As elected leaders, you are being called upon to heal the mistrust between the Board of Supervisors and those who elected you. Do the right thing and establish a committee of nonpartisan members of the community to serve as a liaison between between county officials and the community. Count me in to volunteer to serve on this committee. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.